Welcome to MSU Magazine, where we bring you original segments produced by talented media students right here from Morehead State University. I'm your host, Kylie Pollitt. On today's episode, we'll cheer on Women in Action with Mai Kinchin and her guest, Hope Keeling. After that, we'll have a mind-numbing review from Ashton Culp and Maya McIntosh on genres with Gen Zs as they review the upcoming mockumentary, Two Dudes, One Couch, the movie. Let's flip into Women in Action.
My name is Mayumi and welcome to Women in Action. Today we have Hope Keeling, phenomenal cheerleader. So where are you from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised.
So what made you want to come to Morehead, Kentucky?
I chose Morehead because it was real close to home. It's only 2 hours away.
That's
and
good.
then Morehead cheer team at the time and still is the best national cheer team in
Oh, I know.
the
I've
country.
heard so much about the cheer program. How many times? 50?
For sure. 50.
50.
Yes, 50. We're working on all girl number 13, co-ed 30, and then we got a surprise in the making.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Can I get a hint about a surprise?
Mm-mm.
No? Dang.
It's changing though. It's life changing. We've never seen anything like it coming from Morehead. And whenever we take the mat in January, people are literally going to be so surprised, so shocked.
I can't wait for the surprise.
It's going crazy.
So what do you think is the greatest challenge women athletes are facing today?
Man, really just has to be injustices within their own programs.
Yeah.
And faulty coaching staff sometimes. For me personally, it had to be either between my own staff, not my current staff, but in the past, my own staff not believing in me or my dreams that I want to, achieve, and also just getting in the way of those dreams, standing in my way in regards to if I wanted to go try out here, they told me I should go do that way because nobody over here looks like me, or nobody over here is as good as me or can teach me anything new. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like some women are really looked down upon and they're not encouraged or validated. And I think that's a big problem in women, for athletes right now.
I mean, women athletes don't get enough coverage.
Mm-hmm.
You got the wage gap. You got stereotypes.
For sure, the wage gap is crazy.
Always play a part. Just it's ridiculous. In softball, we don't get paid on the professional league. Some people don't think we even have, but we do. But yeah, I get it. So what was it like growing up, being a woman playing sports? 'Cause I know you did cheerleading,
mm-hmm.
and I know quite a few people do not believe that cheerleading is a sport. So how was it like growing up doing sports?
Growing up being a cheerleader and not really having my sport recognized as a sport, for one, by my peers, was kind of humiliating, but it was a humbling experience because that gave me the opportunity to believe in myself before anybody else did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it gave me the opportunity to know, even though nobody else around me has the same ideas or the same concepts of my sport as I do, it's not going to break me and it's not going to make me. But growing up in the sport, I cheered with male cheerleaders, female cheerleaders. I've had male coaches and women coaches. And I just think it's been a ride. It's been an experience. I've also done track.
I did track too. It didn't last long.
It didn't last long for me. It did not last long because, it's running. But growing up, it was just, I'm still growing. I can't even. I'm just still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still experiencing. Childhood was a time, though. It was a lot of unnecessary drama, a lot of unnecessary cattiness when it came to my sport. But in the atmosphere and environment that I was in, like Louisville, Kentucky, it's minority-based. So there was a lot of people that looked like me, so it was easier to navigate in that aspect. But when it came to actually feeling like an athlete, being appreciated as an athlete instead of just a spirit team or just a fangirl or just a yell leader, it wasn't there until I started getting into the collegiate level.
I think a lot of people are looking at cheerleading as a sport now because I'm look, if everybody can do it, actually no, how can I put this in a way? No sport is easy,
right?
Really, because cheerleading you have to do a lot of tumbling. I can't do that. I did cheerleading for 2-3 years when I was a kid. I liked it, but softball is more of a calling. But I understand you. Trust me, I do. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Hope, for coming out. And thanks for tuning in for One in Action. Thank you. See you next time.
You're just gonna throw everything away?
We both know this isn't working out. We shouldn't have to keep trying to make it work. It should just work.
What happened to forever? What happened to everything you ever promised me?
I meant it. In the moment.
No, you can't do that. You can't make promises and then decide to take them back.
Things are different now. You're just not willing to admit it. That was a good take.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great segment. Mai really avoided tumbling hard while dipping into the world of cheerleading. Mai and Hope highlighted what it's like to bend over backwards in order for others to consider cheerleading as a sport. Women in Action stuck the landing and finished strong for their last segment. Next up, Ash and Maya will explore the mockumentary underway, Two Dudes, One Couch, the movie.
If you don't know what this is,
then you're a juggalo. Spoilers, this has yet to be released. The Two Dudes, One Couch movie is a mockumentary following the making of an episode of the show Two Dudes, One Couch, one of the most popular MSU TV shows in recent years. The story follows Brad and Andrew in the process of making a typical episode of the show, while also homaging Bill and Ted using a time travel plot as their main bit.
So if you haven't guessed it yet, the movie we're reviewing this time is the Two Dudes, One Couch movie. We're not sure if that's the official title yet. That's what Brad's been calling it. But yes, this movie has yet to be released, but we watched the rough cut.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's like 40 minutes, 41 minutes, something like that.
Somewhere in there.
But we decided to go with this for our comedy film because we love Brad and Andrew, and we thought we'd torment Tim with bringing them back to MSU TV just for a little bit. You're welcome, Tim. But we think this is actually a pretty funny movie, especially because we worked on it, so we're not just saying it because we worked on it.
Yeah.
But we think it's a great mockumentary and a good representation of the comedy genre. Well, like we did, to clarify, this is the rough cut. We have no idea when it's going to be released. And I'd say a lot of the movie was primarily inside jokes with the cast. It was mostly just us messing around.
It was that and also references to a lot of their bits and stuff they've done on the actual show.
Or the funny, weird jokes that they make.
Yeah. It was just kind of Brad and Andrew being Brad and Andrew.
It was a great excuse to make a movie, honestly. I think this is the best route Brad could have gone for his senior project.
Oh, 100%.
That's the best thing that I could say. I'd say we were both, very lucky to be a part of the shooting of this. Thank you, Brad, by the way. And we even have our own little cameos and whatnot. We've had a lot of fun making this. If you look close enough, you'll see us in, 20 seconds worth of it. You're in a lot more of it.
Not necessarily.
But the funniest scene of the movie did get cut, in my opinion. The scene where Maya steals Brad's hard drive and they beat the crap out of her. That was the most fun thing I remember filming. I was only there for 2 shoots. You were there for all of them.
But one, I think. Well, the beginning of one, I think.
Yeah, you left at the very tail end of one. I do remember that. But, so they are homaging Bill and Ted in this, and it kind of goes a little all over the place with what they do, pretty much. It is in no what's the word I'm looking for? Repetitive order, a strict order. It's just constantly all over the place. But that's kind of the joy of what Two Dudes is.
It's kind of almost like how I would personally imagine those two going about an episode. The way they took us through it is almost how I feel like is probably what happened behind the scenes. So it's more real and not something just fabricated.
Even though they made a joke at the very end that the entire thing was bullcrap.
Yeah.
And how that's not how they make episodes at all. Even though I feel like if they were to do it with a large group of people like they did this time, that is how they would make an episode. Brad, you're lying to all of us. You lied to Brenton. You lied. But I would say this is the most fun project we've worked on today. Not to downplay things like Snapshot or Death from a Motel. Those were also a lot of fun to do. But I think just the pure comedy and the making up of a lot of it we did along the way.
It was definitely a lot of improvisation, but I think that's what really added to it. Like, I mean, that's a lot of what Two Dudes, One Couch humor is improv. And honestly,
Just make it up as you go along.
Yeah. And so getting people together who, like, you're friends with and, like, you also know are good at their job, the combination of those two things just really helped to where, yeah, we got good quality work, but also we could relax and have fun.
That's something else big. I love that we were honestly able to remain very professional throughout the making of it. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we just joked around and were idiots part of it. And filming a lot of it in very small spaces.
Oh, yeah.
When we filmed in Brad's room, there were like 7 or 8 people all crowded in there. The shower scene was a lot of fun. I was the one that got to film that. And that and Andrew bench pressing to the Doom soundtrack. That was pretty great.
I was just laughing in the background. That's all I was doing on that one.
Yeah, pretty much. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how the film has turned out so far. Brad, I will say there were a few issues. Some black screens and some dialogue being cut in weird ways. But overall, I'm very impressed with your senior project.
Reminder, it is a rough cut.
It is a rough cut, what we saw. We just thought it would be fun to do something that was kind of personal for our final episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, see you later.
Adios.
It's time to take your game to the next level at the MSU Esports Lounge. With top-of-the-line equipment, you'll be changing the game. Featured in the Esports Lounge are 10 gaming stations, a PS5 and Xbox Series X, and 2 Nintendo Switch consoles for loads of fun. You can also get your live stream on in the streaming room. There's something for everyone here at the Esports Lounge. Come join the fun in ADUC Room 252.
Maya and Ash really showed a behind-the-scenes look of Two Dudes, One Couch the movie and prepared us for what's to come. We are so excited to see the finished product of what Brad and Andrew have waiting to reveal to us. This was a great episode to end our 3rd season. For updates on our next season of MSU Magazine, visit msutv.net or MSUTV77 on YouTube. From all of us here at MSU Magazine, we hope you finish strong this fall semester and focus on your finals. We'll see you in the spring.